Welcome to NorCal Sports TV Summer Basketball Camp, night number 3. Court 1 action coming to you. I'm Danny Scott. Levi Flores producing and calling the game with me. Levi, how are we doing tonight?
Oh, I'm doing great. I'm glad that you are here. Take some responsibility away from me. It's always nice to have you on the call.
Yeah, great to be here. Glad to be doing it with you. Finally getting to do a game together. And scoring gets started early by the legends. Hunter Allen getting the first basket of the game. Orion Uhas three-point shot won't fall. Rebounded by Rhea. Rhea put back a Tempolko. Another rebound by Hymas, and he puts it up and in.
You know, in middle school, for me, my coach would always say, don't fade away. You're always going to miss that shot. You got to go straight up strong. We saw both sides of that. Rhea the first time, and then Hymas following.
Great point there as Bomar working for the Legends. Hands off to Allen. His three-point shot won't go. Offensive board. Fernandez in the corner. His floater up off front iron and falls for him there. Great floater there from Fernandez. Able to finesse it into the hoop. Make it 4-2. Rhea driving to the basket. Puts up a shot. Fouled on his way up.
Free throws has been an interesting aspect to the game here at the summer basketball camp. A lot of the times free throws, you may not be the best free throw shooter, but you should hit around 65 to 70% at this level. But because it's outdoor, they're missing a lot more. But the accuracy still should be the same. You should still be lacing that net every single time. But one little piece of the rim is going to make that ball miss.
Absolutely. As Rhea's first one misses, as you talk about the free throw struggles here. Second one in and out. Allen pulls down the board. Pushing it up court, working on Uhas. Into the paint. Thought about a jumper, but great defense by Uhas. Able to swat that one out of bounds. Will stay with the Legends.
In the G League, there's a couple of players that have the height. They always go up against each other. Uhas and Allen, like in this game. We've had Boykin on one of the other teams. They always go head-to-head, whoever that taller player is. And Uhas, Allen, two of the most physical players that we have in the G League and throughout the entirety of the camp. I'm excited to see the rest of the matchup.
Couldn't agree with you more as Uhas throws up a three-point shot. That one won't go. Great court vision by Allen to find Evangelista, who uses his body. Puts it up off the glass. You talking about some of the kind of taller guys, maybe a little bit older. You know, this high school age is freshmen through seniors, so you get a mix of, you know, some 17-year-olds going against 14, 15-year-olds. As Rhea's reverse layup won't go, but a couple of these matchups have been fun to watch. This one I'm very excited about. Got to do both these guys' games separately. Haven't seen them go up against each other or play with each other. Talking about Uhas and Allen. But they've both been great players as Uhas up and under puts it in.
Evangelista complaining about a possible travel call, and one thing is the officials are human. They're going to miss a couple of those, and despite them being other coaches in the G League, they can still make mistakes.
Absolutely. As Bomar splits the lane, gets up court. Oh, Uhas trying to find Hymas down low. Unable to get the connection. Great look by Uhas. Hymas not able to bring that one in.
I want to backtrack about 2 minutes here. You talked about the difference between freshmen playing seniors. And with that, I want to mention years past, we've had high school groups that almost everyone stood above 6 feet tall. And this year, it's almost our average size of what the D-League stands at. And so it just goes year by year, class by class. You might get some that are taller. You might get some that are a little bit smaller. And it's not saying that being a smaller player is bad. It's just we have a lot of guard play this year.
I do notice just looking at our sheets as Uhas drains a three-point shot, taking the lead for 1 point away from taking the lead for Team Cruz, 7-8. And a great shot there. Finds the bottom of the net. Extending that lead back up to 3 points. But we talk about having a lot of younger campers this year, and we kind of see it at the high school level, a lot of returning campers and guys that, you know, have worked their way up through divisions. Rhea shot unable to go down. But it's very fun to watch being here for a couple of years now and seeing the transition of guys. And, you know, they go back to their high school programs or middle school programs, and you see them get better year after year. Uhas shot won't go. Allen the rebound, pushing the pace up court. using his body to try to keep the ball away, but great defense by Juhas. Hymas working his way into the paint. That one won't go. Evangelista pulls it down. And with that, Levi, we'll take a quick break here on NorCal Sports TV. Welcome back to NorCal Sports TV Summer Basketball Camp. I'm Danny Scott. Levi Flores sitting with me. A little bit strange to have the roles reversed. Usually Levi on play-by-play. Today, Levi on color. I'm doing play-by-play as a great shot there goes down for Albert Mendez. 3-point shot.
We do have the three-point contest coming up tonight starting at 8 o'clock. I believe we're going to start with the WNBA. All 4 divisions competing in the top 6 shooters throughout the divisions.
And Harris answers back real quick with the 3 of his own. Great promo there for the three-point contest. Back-to-back threes on back-to-back possessions. Bomar works his way in. Left-handed layup high off the glass. Great shot there. Able to get that one to fall. Harris doing the point guard duties right now. Kicks to Rhea in the corner. His three-point shot is nothing but net there. Starting to get me excited for this three-point contest. Levi, 3 straight threes. Last 3 baskets, all 3-pointers.
Three-point contest is always one of the camp favorites. The abilities of these shooters to knock down from deep, especially when the lights are on them. The sun goes down, the lights come up. It becomes a highlight of the camp, whether you're playing or not.
And you know, you brought up an interesting point earlier on the free throws. Just shooting in general, the game has kind of changed by playing the more street basketball style out here on the blacktop. Makes shooting much more difficult. So when these guys are hitting three-point shots, you know it's a great shot going in, and it just makes you more excited to see what the top three-point shooters at the camp are going to be able to do tonight.
Some players complain saying the rims are garbage. And if you're hitting the rim on a shot, well, that wasn't the rim's fault because it's always stationary there. You just need to hit the net or go off the backboard.
The ball goes right into the center of the cup. You don't got to worry about the rim. I can tell you that much. Harris right there, another three-point shot, able to knock that one down. Cruz coming back within 1 point here against the Legends. That one won't fall. Harris pulls down the rebound. Pushing the ball up court, working on Evangelista. Gets to that right hand. And they're going to call that one a charge. Great defense by Evangelista, able to keep in front of Harris on that one. Drawing the offensive foul from Harris. Bomar up top working on Rhea. 3-point shot of his own. Won't go. Coming up a bit short on that one.
Added some PSI to the ball. Nothing but air.
I'm going to have to steal that one, Levi. That was a great little tidbit there. Rhea, 3-point shot. Comes up a bit short. Just barely nicks the rim. Allen pulls down the board, working on Juhas, trying to find his way into that paint. Great defense there from Harris. Ball comes all the way down the other end of the court. Ball will stay with the Legends. Evangelista gets into the paint. Juhas there to greet him. Kicks out to Fernandez. Fernandez, 3-point shot. Too strong, bounces over the backboard.
A great offensive setup. It started with a high screen. He moved one way, got the defender to step back. You move the other direction, the screen is right there to set up the play.
Three-pointer the other way, bounces over but doesn't hit anything. Bomar pulls it down, going coast to coast. His layup too strong, rebound Rhea. You know, we talk about this year having a little bit of a smaller group at the high school level, not as many tall guys, but Orion Uhas, one of the taller ones, and you see as the Legends work their way into the paint as Allen, without Uhas down low, able to get it to go. But when you have one of these taller players down low, it is a very big deterrent of going down in that paint and trying to work down low.
It's a lot of confidence. Uhas, he's not just taller, he's a little bit more muscular, and that's what makes it difficult. Just because you have height doesn't automatically make you a good player. It's about the physicality and being able to go up with it. So some of these guard players, they're going to have to face him, go down low, and have the same confidence he does, just without the height.
Allen, three-point shot won't go down, but like you mentioned, Uhas standing at 6'3". You saw it on the last possession down on this way on the court. Able to, put up a shot, doesn't go. Able to go up above everyone, get the rebound, and put it back in. Ball in his hands right now, working on Allen. Great feed down low to Hymas, and that one falls. And with that great feed and bucket, we'll take a quick break here on NorCal Sports TV. Welcome back to NorCal Sports TV Summer Basketball Camp. Danny Scott, Levi Flores with me. Levi, we got a pretty tight game, 19-20. The Legends taking on Cruz right now. We see these two going back and forth with each other as Allen puts up a three-point shot. A little flat on that one and unable to get it to go as Uhas gets the ball.
In between our lunch and dinner break, we saw all three games go really low in scoring. And now after dinner, we're back up, getting that scoring going, setting up our three-point competition. You always want to see those high-scoring games.
And Rivas knocks down the triple on that one, giving Cruz now a 4-point advantage. Allen thought about the three-pointer, won't take it, takes a step in from the free throw line, won't go. Harris pulls it down, trying to find Hymas up court. Hymas right hand won't go. Ball kicking around Hernandez to Bomar. Bomar left hand. That one will fall. Good court vision there from Fernandez, able to find Bomar streaking towards the rim. Harris hands off to Rivas. Rivas trying to find an opening. Bomar in his way, picks up the foul. Uhas hands off to Rhea. Rhea, long two-point shot, nothing but net. That one is good.
Cruz scoring from all over the court. It doesn't matter if it's inside, outside. Everything is available to them as long as they have the space.
Great move there from Allen, unable to get that one to go. And one thing I'm noticing a lot more as years go by, Levi, is the players are a lot more technical. It's a lot more dribble moves. And, you have the influx of guys like that in the NBA. We've had Kyrie Irving, but a lot of players now more focused on dribbling, fancy moves, trying to get open. Great feed from Uhas to Hymas. But what can you say about that going on at the camp up here? We're starting to see it start to trickle down more into this lower level.
Well, looking at the players who do that, yes, it is getting more and more common, but at the same time, the camp is all about fundamentals and basics, and we see the influx of that as well. So we get both sides of it, where we get the NBA influencing our younger players, but also we get the influence of our great coaching staff that has those basics and fundamentals. They work in tandem. And so do we want to see that? Not necessarily, but they're out there having fun, and when we get both sides, then we're happy.
Couldn't agree with you more there. It's number one goal of our camp is obviously to teach them basketball, but when you're coming up here, sending your kids up here for a week, number one goal is to make sure they have fun along the way. As we enter the last minute of a half in play, tight game, 2-point game, 25-23. Rivas works his way into the paint. Great play there from Allen. Flies by him, able to just nick that one out of his hands.
Here's the replay of Allen coming across. Wasn't the primary defender, but got there in perfect timing.
Bomar picks that one off back down the lane. Tries to throw up a reverse layup. Won't get it to fall. They said Rivas got a hand on that one. Fernandez, corner three, no good, but
You got to give him a landing space, Hymas.
Fernandez will go to the line. 3 foul shots coming up. And I think in my 3 nights up here, that's the first foul on a three-point attempt I've seen. A lot of the penalties and fouls have been down low in the paint. Guys getting rebounds as Fernandez
30 seconds.
unable to knock down the first one. But overall, the perimeter defense here has been pretty successful. Second shot from the line won't go.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5.
Last one no good. Uhas brings down the rebound. Shucks a full court shot, and that one will come up just a bit short. We'll take a quick break for halftime here on NorCal Sports TV. Welcome back to NorCal Sports TV Summer Basketball Camp. Court 1, the G League action going on. I'm Danny Scott, Levi Flores. With me, Uhas goes down the lane. Gets the bucket, but an illegal screen on Hymas.
Yeah, a little bit too much there at the top. It's a good start to the second half for them, though.
Fernandez in the corner, nothing but net, knocks down the triple. We keep talking about this three-point contest, but this game's starting to turn into one, Levi.
It's great to see the players start to hit. Some of these players, they're gym players. They like to be in the gym. They like to play inside, and it takes a little while to get used to the outdoor play.
Harris banks that one in. 2 points, close to the three-point line, but not a three. Allen behind the back, getting his way into the lane. Puts up the shot. That one won't go. Ball kicking around. Harris tosses it off of Martin. Ball will go back to the Cruz.
It's a great play by Harris, great hustle. He never gave up on it. He knew a player was following behind him, able to throw it off and get it back for his team.
Uhas up top working on Allen. Hands off to Harris. Harris down in the lane, kicks out into the corner. Rivas trying to find an open man, gets it to Harris. His floater won't go. We'll get an over-the-back call. Such a tough play to actually do in basketball. You know, you're just not even thinking about it. You're just attacking ball, and sometimes you'll get tagged with one of those over-the-back penalties.
Just always going for the ball.
And Uhas bangs a triple in the corner. Allen coming back down the other way. Hands it off to Evangelista. Calling for a screen. And an illegal screen on Martin. Ball going back to Cruz.
Now, I like this play. They're not getting aggressive against each other. They're just getting aggressive in play. They're trying to take it to that next level. We're halfway through the camp, so let's get a little higher of a level of play. That's what they're looking at.
Uhas triple is good, and that extends it to double digits for the Cruz. Now up 11, 37-24. 37-26, excuse me. Allen working on Uhas, trying to find an opening. Three in the key, call on Martin. And Martin having a few tough possessions in a row here, Levi.
Yeah, the Legends in general, they've allowed multiple baskets in a row. Uhas has hit a couple of big baskets, looking for another one as he comes up off the right side. But the Cruz, they're really taking control of this game. They have the first double-digit lead.
And looks like we'll get a travel call on that one. Hymas coming up limping a little. Legends pushing the pace. Hernandez triple. Won't go off front rim. Rhea pulls in the rebound. Omar covering him. Works his way into the paint. Kick to Uhas. A great feed and a great finish for two.
13 points, and the lead keeps growing for Cruz.
Allen three-point shot won't go. Rivas able to pull down the board. Uhas running point guard duties here. Pass to Harris. Harris working his way into the paint. Trying to get the ball to Uhas. Gets grabbed on the way, and that'll be a penalty. Ball will stay with Cruz. Hymas long two. That one drops. And Cruz starting to run away with this one early in the second half. Allen lost his dribble, kicks to Evangelista in the corner. Three-point shot, not enough on that. Ball into Martin's hands, unable to come down with it. Will kick out of bounds. Uhas, what a defensive effort on that one after getting stripped. We'll get a foul on that one, and we'll have some free throws after this quick break here on NorCal Sports TV. welcome back to NorCal Sports TV Summer Basketball Camp. Cruz versus Legends. Tight game in the first half, Levi. Cruz starting to pull away with this one as UHAS adds one more.
UHAS is an unstoppable force, and we've seen him have some issues before. In one of your games last night, he had a little bit of issues, but it's not anything to do with his size. He just has the confidence of that player that any coach would want, and a lot of these players do, but he's just so aggressive, so physical, and he almost doesn't foul.
You know, a big guard standing at 6'3", not sure what position he plays for his own high school team, but at 6'3", great size if you want to play guard at the next level, and he shows a lot of those qualities that you would want in a guard at the next level as Allen knocks down the first free throw for the Legends. Hymas pulls it down. Harris kicks to Hymas. Hymas streaking down low, able to put that one off the glass up and in.
Looked like he fought through a little contact too, but the ball went through the net, and that's the best you can ask for with a 17-point lead.
Evangelista up top. Kicks it to Allen. Allen working on UHAS. Three-point shot. Won't go. Little right of the hoop. That one finds nothing but air. Harris working on Fernandez, trying to get to that right corner. Hands off to Rivas. Rivas three-point shot. Comes up a bit short. Fernandez pulls it down, outrunning. And Rivas blocks that one. Ball will stay with the Legends, but a great defensive play by Rivas, able to stay in front of Fernandez and track that one down. Allen fadeaway. Comes up a bit short. Little Dirk-esque play on that one by Allen. Not able to get it to go. UHAS three-point shot, no good. Both teams starting to go a little cold here offensively, Levi.
That's okay for Cruz, but for Legends, it's not. You want to get a win here. Playoffs start tomorrow night after the dinner break. And you want to have the best seeding possible because that means you get to play one of the lower seeds. I mean, it's the classic playoffs. Friday morning, that championship game, you want to be playing. So you want to have the best opportunity, the best chance to get there Friday morning.
And a great play there from Rhea, able to break our little scoreless streak there. The Euro step goes around the defender and able to put that one in for two for Cruz. Allen going cold from the field right now. Working on UHAS, unable to get one to fall. You know, he's taking fairly decent shots. He's just getting unlucky with some of the bounces he's getting in. Hymas gets hacked on that one. He'll go to the line for two.
Allen, we saw very aggressive in the evaluation games Monday night. Tuesday, we saw a little bit of both, a little bit of shooting, a little bit of down-low play, and now today it seems like he swung the complete opposite direction where he'd rather take shots rather than be aggressive. And whether that's because of UHAS or not, me and the coaches, I'm sure, would like to see him go back and be a little bit more physical.
Hymas goes 1 for 2 from the line, although Cruz is able to secure the rebound. UHAS has it up top. Slips on that one, somehow able to have the wherewithal to not get tagged with the travel, and he gets the rebound, puts it back up and in.
You had the same thought I did. Don't get up off that foot. Don't get up off that knee. It's just going to turn the ball over immediately. But by not doing so, it leads to a score.
And Bomar, a great stop and go on that one, able to split the defenders, work his way to the hoop. Another left-handed layup from Bomar. UHAS picks up the screen. Three-point shot off of one leg, won't go. Bomar pulls it down. Thought about a three-point shot, able to work his way into the paint, and swatted by Hymas.
My goodness.
Mendez trying to pull up from the elbow, and Hymas sends that one back the other way. Harris bringing the ball up the court. Fernandez trying to force him to use that left hand. Hand off to Rivas. Rivas picks up the screen. Mismatch for Juhas here. Cross-court pass to Harris. Harris working his way into the paint. Kicks to Rivas. Rivas long three-point shot. Won't go. Rebound by Hymas. Hymas unable to get the second attempt to go in. Third shot is the charm. And we'll take a quick break here on NorCal Sports TV. Welcome back to NorCal Sports TV Summer Basketball Camp. Our only game here tonight as we start to prepare for the three-point contest, Cruz versus Legends. Cruz up big on this one, up by 21 points as the Legends' woes continue, and that one kicks out of bounds. I'm Danny Scott, Levi Flores, working the game with me, producing. Levi starting to get excited for the three-point contest?
Three-point contest is one of the best events every year at the NorCal Sports TV Summer Basketball Camp. We've had plenty of clips from it. We've had players go off. We've seen shooters better than Caitlin Clark.
And a couple changes to the three-point contest this year. From what I understand is we're kind of making the Rivas knocks down a three. We're making the three-point contest a little bit more exclusive, the coaches, based off of how the players have played. Bomar puts up a three. That one will fall off the backboard. But the top 6 players from each division, based off their shooting, will get the nod to go. All players will shoot. Juhas a little too strong on that layup. Ball kicks out of bounds. Will go to the Legends. But all 6 players will shoot. Top 2 from each division will move on to the three-point line, and they'll face off against each other. Whoever hits the most three-point shots wins. It's that simple, Levi.
It is, and we have a returning player this year that won the three-point contest a couple years ago. He wasn't able to make it last year, but this year he returns, and I'm not exactly sure if he's on the list yet, but I'm excited to see if he does make his return into the contest, if he can take it for his second year at camp.
And Hunter Allen knocks down a three-point shot of his own. They must have heard us talking about threes because a couple possessions in a row, we get a three-point attempt. Allen pulls down the board. Up court to Bomar. Layup too strong. Juhas pulls down the board. Harris really using his right hand. You can see the Legends trying to force him to go left, but Harris keeps trying to get to that right hand and gets picked off by Fernandez. Fernandez lines up a three-point shot, comes up a bit short on that one, off front iron. Juhas pulls it down up court to Harris. Harris gets tagged with the double dribble. Allen dribbling the ball up the court. Hands off to Evangelista, who finds Bomar. Bomar three-point shot, no good. Looked good from our perspective, but off the rim. Will bounce out of bounds. Ball going back to Cruz, who have a pretty comfortable lead here, Levi.
18 points in favor of Cruz. With 3.5 to go, this game is pretty much over.
Harris, long 2-point shot won't go. Allen pulls down the board. Ball kicks out of bounds. Will stay with the Legends. And no matter what, Levi, players playing hard till the last whistle. Legends, down almost 20 points, but not going away quietly in this one. Allen, 2-point shot, right on cue. Allen picking up Juhas near half court. Juhas in the corner. Great defense from Allen. Loses control. Allen up to Bomar. Bomar goes into the lane strong. Unable to get that one to go. Juhas back on the defensive end. Pulls it in. Fight for the ball. Hymas ends up with it. Goes up. Gets fouled. And he'll go to the line for 2.
Timeout.
And before we get the free throws, we'll take a quick break here on NorCal Sports TV. Welcome back to NorCal Sports TV Summer Basketball Camp. Danny Scott, Levi Flores sitting next to me. Hymas' first 3-point shot won't go.
And inside the final 2 minutes, usually you have a stopped clock and it's a real game scenario. Well, the real game scenario does go along, but we're not going to have a stopped clock because the Crews have such a large lead. It would just be unfair to have the Legends be forced to sit through whatever may come at that point. But Allen sees it and says, you know what, why don't you go ahead and stop that clock? We don't care.
Great shot there from Allen. And the defense, good pressure there by Allen, trying to find his way to get the ball to Bomar, stolen away from Rhea, and Cruz trying to slow it down. Bomar pulls it away. Trying to get it to Allen. Juhas pulls it down. Pass up court. Hymas. Layup. Won't go. Tagged with the foul. He'll go to the line for 2, and this is exactly what Cruz needed, just to slow down the pace a little bit. Go to the line, take plenty of time, and wind this clock out, Levi.
Yeah, under a minute to go. 13-point game. Hymas can extend it here. Crews have played a fantastic game. They really took off in the second half. Once they got that double-digit lead, they never looked back.
For Cruz, we saw multiple guys doing it. It wasn't just Juhas Hymas getting a lot of points down in the paint. Rivas able to knock down a few threes. Harris doing his work, dishing the ball around as we enter the last 20 seconds or so.
15,
Juhas
14,
kicks
13,
to Harris.
12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6.
And Harris
5,
just looks
4,
content dribbling
3,
this one out. Ball
2,
ends up in the
1.
hands of Juhas. And that will do it. Cruz running away with this one over the Legends. We'll take a quick break, be back with you for the 3-point contest on NorCal Sports TV.